What's up, y'all? It's KingBritneyChanel and I'm back with another video. In this video, I'm asking y'all the question, do y'all feel like a player can change? You know, I don't want to be a player no more. So basically, that's the title of this video. Do y'all feel like players can eventually change? Do y'all feel like once a player, always a player? Definitely, before we get started, definitely make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share this video with your friends, family, and anybody else you come across that you want to share this video with. And I hope y'all enjoy my commentary on this. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, y'all. So me personally, I do feel like players can change. And when I say it depends on the type of player, okay? Like there are some players who they became that way due to like stuff that society makes seem normal, or they might be the friend out of the group that brings all of the girls around due to whatever their profession is. Like he might be a popular basketball player on the team or whatever at the college. He might be an entertaining person, or he might be a dude that got the money. So of course, if you that type of guy and your friends is putting that pressure on you because they are the wingman, they feel like he the reason all of the, what they call Tatianas or the HOEs show up. So we gonna have to put the pressure on him to stay this way so that we could benefit off of that. So there are some players that's like that. I'm not particularly, I mean, talking about the type of players that I don't believe are players. I feel like they might have an addiction to certain activities or demonic spirits to certain, with certain activities that they, only Yahweh himself is going to be able to break that stronghold off of their life. Because some people, they have a problem, okay? We're not talking about people that just have a problem to where they just overindulge because they cannot help themselves because it's a problem. It's a habit that has formed. I'm talking about, it's possible for players to change their ways. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. I had a homeboy the other day who hit me up, crying and all this other stuff because he legit was like, I feel like I don't have a purpose in my life right now. I feel like I did all of this stuff and now I don't know what my life purpose is. Because a lot of people, they get into the swing of, oh, I'm gonna be a player and just hit all these girls and do all of this stuff because, like I said, it's a society type of thing that they push like as normal. Oh, it's normal for you to just indulge and give your body to, all of these women. And some men do get, or women get tired of, tired of the turn ups. So, cause you turning up every, Monday through Friday, you waking up with a different chick in your house or whatever. Like you giving of yourself and your energy. So your energy is being drained from these different people. Your health is at risk because you giving yourself to these different individuals. You feel what I'm saying? So it does get a point where a guy probably, and it's just sad that when it comes to men sometimes, that they done gave themselves to like 40 cheerleading squad teams twice over. And then by that time, they be like, oh, you know what? This is getting expensive. Me popping bottles, me, laying up with different females. I got to get, this type of stuff at the crib to entertain this chick. You know what I mean? Or if I'm throwing all these parties, it's getting expensive. So it do weigh a person down. A person start to be like, dang, this is really getting to me. So, but I don't want y'all to confuse that with, the player that's trying to change with the person that's just trying to finesse you. say, you know, baby, I'm changing. I'm, you know, I want to be a better man for you, or I want to be a better woman for you. No, there is legit people that will say that they want to change because maybe they done got caught a couple of different ways, and they just kind of, they want to, I would say, tweak the way they looking so they don't get caught the same way the next time, or they might just be trying to patch things up so things go smoothly on their player process, because dudes will do that, okay? They will sit there and try to tell you for a millisecond, oh baby, I want to change, I want to be better for you, just to keep their game going. I'm telling you, it's real out here. Dudes will perp, but you know a person is changing legitly, and they really don't want to be a player no more because their actions is going to show it. Their mindset is going to change. Like when you're repentive about something, repentance is not just, oh, you saying I'm sorry about something. It's just a true reflection internally on what you're doing. So a player that's like, I don't want to be a player anymore, not only are their actions going to show it, like they might, start where they might have initially when they was with you, they might have lied to you about where they was going, right, with their homeboys, but then they'll start trying to position to where they start curving their homeboys to be home more often with you. That happens, I'm telling you, like, but it has to be something that the person on their own, the decision that they come to on their own. You can't Bob the Builder your way. Like, you ain't gonna be the woman to be like, oh, I'm just so much of a good woman that this dude is deciding this. I mean, women could be an influential factor, but men ultimately have to be the ones to say, or the women themselves, if you're dealing with a woman, just, vice versa. They have to be the ones to say, I'm trying to change this activity for myself. Like, sometimes, players change due to trauma in their lives. So I do believe that, players could change because, traumatic stuff has happened to some of my homeboys, and they decided, like, I got to get my life together because I want to be better for, stuff like their kids and stuff like that. It's a whole bunch of reasons people could decide to stop doing stuff that is harming to them or harmful to other people around them. They start to reflect and be like, okay, my actions, this is not just me being cool. My actions are reflecting and affecting other people around me, basically. So the other type of player that will just lie to you and say that they are changing, they just want to tell you something good that you want to hear. Like, they know that you want to hear, oh, baby, I'm trying to change. Because typically, that's how people that have problems get you anyway. They say, yeah, look, I'm changing. I'm starting to go to my classes. I'm doing the work and all of that. But they just really trying to finesse you, okay? They might do little stuff like, look, I deleted my Instagram. I deleted this to try to get you to get all emotional with them. And honestly, they might initially a little bit want to change, but then if they're not fully ready, they'll get reeled back into the lifestyle of being a player. But you gotta watch that, because people do play them games like that. They'll tell you, oh, I'm ready to throw all of these numbers away, and I'm ready to cut off all these girls for you, and I'm ready, or women be like, oh, I'm ready to, not talk to all of these guys anymore. And typically, fellas, when women are telling you they don't want to be a player no more, or they might not tell you in that way, because women a lot of the times is not going to acknowledge the fact that they're a player, okay, or they on heartbreak avenue, they heartbreak kid. They're not going to acknowledge it like that. You could tell a woman player by different stuff, like maybe she only, wanna call you to have an emotional connection with you, or she just uses you whenever she down or whatever. Like, women kind of use men in different types of ways. Like, men kind of, like, a lot of times when they're a player, it's more like of a physical type of thing where they trying to get physical activity out of the woman. Women more so, it could be anything that they're finessing you for. It could be them using you for playing you for money. It could be them playing you for emotional attention. Maybe they're not getting emotional attention from the guy that they really want to be with physically, but you giving them emotional attention, or you just the one that just every time they call, you come running, and they might be using you for that. So you got to be very careful when these people come trying to say, oh, I want to be better for you. No, you need to be better for yourself. You need to be trying to change for yourself. Because if you believe the hype, it's kind of like, you know how your kids convince you like, yo, Ma, I really want to get these football lessons or guitar lessons or whatever, and they get you to finesse you to pay all of this money because they, emotionally suckered you in by really telling you, oh, I really want to, be involved and committed with this, and then a week in, and they decide they don't want to do that no more. So people, they could decide to, say that they want to change, but are they putting in the work to change? Like, you got to watch that when it comes to these players, because people will tell you, honey, anything. They could sell teas to somebody that's Chinese. They could sell Louis Vuitton to somebody that's French. Okay? So, I'm just saying. It's just like the people that I think that are players, that they claim they don't want to be a player no more, but they really got deeper problems than being a player. I feel like those people are the people that you could say, I wouldn't say it's impossible for them to change, but they have a problem to where they probably need to get, I would say, psychological counseling from Yahweh. And typically when the first type of player that actually does want to change, I feel like they kind of hit a rock bottom type of point in their life, and women just need to stay away at that point. Like, a man has to go through their processes in order to be man enough to deal with you. So if you get in the way of them going through whatever they got to go through, like, you're gonna ruin yourself. Like, you're going to get hurt because you just need to stay out and learn to stay out the way. Like, I think a lot of the times men, they play women when women just allow them to do negative behavior, and they just get in the way, and they keep on accepting them back and believing the lie that I'm going to change. Like, it's like an addict that say, oh, I'm going to stop, and you just keep letting them back in to do destructive behavior. You got to just cut them off until they show an improving in actual ways. Like, internally, they've taken time to fix themselves. Because when you form a habit, because playing is a habit at a certain point. Like, if you're not to the extreme to where it's like a extreme problem, it is sort of like a habit that a person develops where they think it's normal or whatever. So if they've been doing that a great deal of time, it takes time to, develop a new way of doing things. So, okay, let's say you find out this person was playing games and cheated on you. A person is not going to change overnight. You feel what I'm saying? So if they come on Monday, you catch them cheating on Saturday, they come on Monday morning talking about, oh, I don't want to be a player no more. You pretty much know that that's just the likelihood of them cheating again is going to happen, because they didn't have enough time to go and get themselves together from that activity. You feel what I'm saying? That's how you know whether or not a person is really done being a player. It's an internal change. It's going to be some time in between that. And you as a person, whether this is a man or a woman that's trying to play you, and you done found out, if a person is really trying to change, they're going to give you time and space to, number one, for you to heal. And they're going to be respectful of that, because they know that they have done wrong to you and that you're not obligated to deal with them. They're going to know that, okay, I hurt this person and I need to give them time to grieve or to go through whatever process they need to go through. And then I need time for myself. So they're going to acknowledge the fact that you could very much care about them. right? Because if you're a person that loves somebody, and I feel like a lot of women need to learn this, if you're a person that loves somebody, then you have to love them enough to allow them to go do destructive activity outside of you. Because a lot of women be like, why can't he just change for me? Why can't I just tell him what to do and he just does that? They need time to go and, you know, reflect and do stuff. If they can't see that you're a valuable person in their face, and, you know, because they might be taking you for granted because you're just there and you always allow them to come rushing back with some sorry excuse that, hey, I'm trying to change. I'm a player and I want to change and change my ways. And you believe the pathetic excuse. And so they just keep up with the cycle. So if you're not breaking the cycle by saying, yo, listen, I care about you, but I'm not going to allow you to do this negativity in my space. I love you, but I love myself also. And I'm going to, you know, allow you to go do you and do what you need to do to get that out your system. And then if we meet, you know, if we cross paths again and we're in a better space, maybe we could try it. But I'm not waiting on you. Because, you know, I love myself too. So if I'm available for that to happen, then hey, if not, I still love you as a person. People gotta start being that, I feel like, real. They gotta start loving themselves that much to know. Like, I think a lot of the times people believe the hype about players changing is because they want to believe a lie without the work being put in. You feel what I'm saying? They want to trust the lie instead of being real with themselves. Somebody that want to change from being a player, a lot of the times they done hit a rock bottom, or they just been doing the lifestyle so long that it's like, okay, it really could be believable that they done been doing this for so many years that it's like, I done been through every different type of shade of woman, type of woman, probably different ethnic group of women. I'm done with this activity. Like, I can't do no more. I can't go no more. My health reasons and stuff like that. It gets to that point with some men. It gets to that point with some women where it doesn't fulfill them. Because ultimately, men and some women get to a point in their life where they're like, okay, I need to fulfill my purpose in life. And God might turn their heart, you feel what I'm saying, to want to do other things. Because I don't feel like a person, just because they did a certain type of activity a long period of time in their life, that it's impossible for them to change. As I said, unless, and even then it's possible, but Yahweh would have to really do it for them, okay? Because at a certain point, like I said, that ain't player status, that's you got a problem, okay? So I do think it's possible even in that situation, but I feel like women or men need to don't try to put yourself on the line to make a person do that. A person has to want to change on their own, and you know, it has to be the work being put in. As I said, like, a person could just come and tell you anything. If it ain't no actions behind it, the time ain't been behind it, you know what I mean? Where time has transpired to where a person, you see them making visible changes. Like, maybe they're not going to the club every night anymore. Maybe they're not, you know, they decided, I ain't gonna be in the street hanging out with all these dudes no more. I'm gonna go back to school and do different stuff, you know what I mean? You're not running with the same circles of people. Like I said, they might do stuff like, instead of lying to you, you feel what I'm saying, oh, I'm out with my boys or whatever, they might try to spend their homeboys so they could spend more time at home. So it's going to be visible changes and internal changes that you're going to be able to see, especially too with women also. Like, women that's all into you, it's going to be visible changes to where they're going to be willing to get rid of any emotional connections that they're making with other men. They ain't gonna be making no excuses on why they're keeping other male friends around, like, you know, that brother sister thing women do. They're not gonna be making any excuses, and you're not gonna have to tell them to get rid of anybody either. It's gonna be their mission to be like, I don't want to hurt the person that I'm with, I want this space to be dedicated to this individual, me and this individual's relationship. So you're not going to have to ask them to get rid of no side people. They're not going to have you in no love triangles, trying to work out their feelings through a love triangle and all the rest of this foolishness that people do. You know, they're going to be about you and invested and fully committed to you and, you know, them working out the relationship. And you're going to be able to visibly see that. A person, if they just giving you lip service, and they just, and when I say lip service, they just running that jack, okay, running that yap, and they just saying, oh, girl, I'm trying to change. I just want to be about you. I want to be about my family. I want my family back. Don't believe them people that say that, because people are just, they'll give you whatever excuse to temporarily get back in the door with you, and then after a millisecond they might adjust for a millisecond because they done got caught and they know that you might bless them all the way out, so they change for us. They don't really change, they kind of just maneuver some stuff around so they don't get caught the same way. And definitely a lot of the times players come up with these, oh, I got these changes, is when you done caught them doing something and they don't have no choice but to, if they want to keep you around, to change up the way they playing games. Because a lot of times people get mad, like, when you catch them. Like, you know a person really changes if, you know, you a woman, you might be doing your investigation, you might have seen something, you know, okay, he said he changed, let me fact check to see if he changed. You feel what I'm saying? He changed for real. Like, you may send one of your homegirls to slide in the DMs and see if he flirt a little bit. You might test him a little bit. So if he get mad at you for testing him after he said he changed, or you tested her after she said she changed, you know she ain't really changed, or he ain't really changed for real. For the simple fact of the matter that somebody that's changing is going to be like, okay, I caused this hurt to this individual. I caused, you know, I'm a player, so I caused this mistrust and distrust in this relationship. So if this person is asking me these questions, you know, they're in their right to do so because I caused this. And then you're going to try to the person is going to try to figure out a way to be like, okay, I'll do anything that I have to do to make you trust me again, or to earn your trust again, instead of being mad and making up excuses or whatever. That's how you know if a person really changed for real from being a player, because they're going to start to be reflective of how their actions are affecting you as the person they're in a relationship with, and as they're like a friend. Even if you're a friend to the person, where you might have said, okay, I was dating this person, but I found out they was being a player. They want to win me back, but I'm not willing to take them back right off the bat. If they're respecting the process, then you know that they're trying to change. If they trying to pressure you, you should just listen. Believe what I'm saying off the top. They have not changed at all. Because anybody that has wronged you, they know that it's not going to be fixed overnight. It's not an overnight process. It's not something that you're just going to be willing to overlook. They know that they have caused a security breach in y'all friendship or relationship. So if they're trying to rush you, they don't really care about your feelings or how you feel as a person, and they still trying to play games. So, I mean, if I'm answering this question, I think that players that are tired of playing games can change. And it does get to a point, you know, men get tired of spending different nights with different women, and, you know, they waking up, they don't even know who the heck is on the side of them in the bed or whatever. The girl, they done met up with a girl, the girl done stole a chain or stole a car, or done lined them up or whatever, invited a chick over, she invited some dudes over to finesse them or whatever. It's real situations out here. So people do get to a point where they tired of giving themselves physically, emotionally. You know, you got to keep up with different dates, birthdays, and what lie you told to this person, what lie you told to this person. It gets exhausting. The same with females. You know, you got to keep up with seducing different people, or telling one person that, oh, I'm all about you, when you know you really all about the person over here. A person that is tired of all that eventually they get to a point where they're not fulfilled or they're not happy playing games anymore, and they looking around their life and they looking at damaged areas. They not fulfilled in certain areas, so they eventually do get to the point like, yo, I really want to find something that's tangible, that's real, that I can actually be into like that. After they done did all of this stuff, like they done got that mess out their system. This is why I always say, like, as far as women, like, I feel personally it's better if you're a woman and you date somebody that is I would say well traveled and has done things in their life and has, had their time as a man to go out and do a bunch of stuff. Because if the man has not, it's like, okay, prime example, if you have money, spending money it ain't no object to you. You feel what I'm saying? Because you've had that before. But if a man has never had that opportunity to do certain stuff, or a woman, they never was the center of attention, they're gonna be doing stuff to get attention. Attention is nothing to a female that's attractive, because she get it all the time. But a female that may not get attention may do stuff to attention seek and crave attention, and that may be an addiction to them to try to get attention from other people. You feel what I'm saying? So you just have to watch the circumstances in which you met the person. What type of personality do they have? Because players have different types of personalities, but the traits are kind of similar when you look at it. Like a guy, he may have came up, he never, got played from a female. And, now he may get a little bit of bread or start to get a little bit of attention. And now he got all these options of females. He gonna be a player. You feel what I'm saying? Or a guy from the hood that ain't have a bunch of money or didn't have no females paying attention to him because he ain't had no money. He get on, he win the lottery or something like that, or he go pro. Now you got all these options. That's what creates player status type of stuff. It's like the environment. You got guys who, if they was, cool or whatever, or the cool guy that, like I said, that bring all the females around for their homeboys, the peer pressure of that, because they homeboys is really not the guys that females want really. So the homeboys, like, I gotta bring Jaquan because Jaquan be having all the girls in his face. You feel what I'm saying? Some guys are just naturally physically appealing, so where they could attract females like that. So the wingman may not be as attractive, so they're gonna peer pressure him into staying into that lifestyle so that he could bring around the females for these other people. Or girls, it's the same thing. You might have one friend or a couple of friends out the clique that look, fair or attractive. When I say fair, I don't mean like a color, I mean like lovely looking, lovely to look upon. That form of the definition. Where the girl, she's attractive, or, it's a couple of friends out the clique that's attractive, and they bringing all of the boys around, or all of the dudes around. So the other friends that may be mediocre looking, because, if we being real, it's some people in the world that are physically attractive when you see them, and you can visibly tell they're physically attractive, and there's some people that you could tell is average looking. So the average looking girls out of the clique may want the other girls to, to be thotting around because they bringing the dudes around. So that's the type of stuff that happens that creates players and stuff like that. As I said, I do feel like players could change and they could throw they player card in the towel in and be like, I don't want to be a player no more. Okay, I'm sure a lot of us have had, heartbreaker type of times, or you might have been the one playing games, or you've been on the other unfortunate side where somebody has tried to play games with you. And that's why I decided to make a lot of these videos, because I realized I want to talk about stuff too, not just celebrity news, but I want to talk about stuff where people are really going through this stuff. When I first started YouTube, I was talking about these type of topics, and I wanted to talk about this stuff because I feel like people is going through this stuff day after day after day, honey. We into the New Year's. I'm sure it's people still trying to play games that we done came into 2020, and they sending folks these hey stranger text messages trying to play games coming into the new year. So this is why I had to drop this video. I hope y'all are enjoying yourself and y'all are being safe out there. Definitely make sure you check out the other videos, you know, how to tell if you with a cheater, you know, how men play themselves. I'm gonna do the how women play themselves edition of that, so stay tuned for that. You know, with how, you know, how to tell if a woman is fed up with you. So I'm gonna be dropping a lot of videos. Definitely make sure you check out the inspirational talk playlist, because this is gonna be on this playlist, and y'all will see the cards in this video. So thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all enjoyed my thoughts on this. It's KingBritneyChanel. See y'all soon on the next video, and yeah, see y'all soon. Come shop with me now at my Teespring store, KingBritneyChanel Couture. I provide custom apparel and so much more for an affordable price. We have items like leggings, t-shirts, and hoodies. So thank you for shopping, and I hope that you enjoy. Hey honeys, thank you for watching my video, and if you haven't, definitely make sure you check out my Teespring, KingBritneyChanel Couture, where you can find my latest merch. I upload a lot of new designs frequently, so definitely make sure you check it out. We have mugs, we have wall tapestries, canvas art, pillows, fleece blankets, apparel, and so much more. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see y'all on my next video.